folks, welcome back to Music with Ryan. Got something a little different for you this week. Typically, I'm always playing a dreadnought guitar on this channel, probably 100, well not 100% of the time, most of the time. But as you see here, I have a different and new to me guitar. Certainly not a new guitar, it's my first vintage instrument. It's a 1935 Epiphone Olympic guitar. And you might recognize this guitar as it's the exact same make, model, look as Mr. David Rawlings. And it's even the same customized bridge that he has on his guitar. Someday I'll do a video all about this guitar. But yes, I am a Dave Rawlings fanatic. I am a nut. And I've been wanting to do something where I tab out, transcribe a ton of his solos. And I've started that, but it doesn't sound the same on my dreadnought. And finally, I found the guitar. I made the leap. I bought the guitar. And we'll be doing a series of works of David Rawlings in the coming months and years. The first tune I wanted to start with is off the 1996 Gillian Welch album, Revival. The tune Acony Bell, one of the prettiest tunes I feel like that they do together. So yes, I'm going to be doing a lot of David Rawlings transcriptions, lessons, and solos here on this channel moving forward over the coming days, months, years. And this is the first one. I've got 3 solos, as you saw. I kind of meshed them all together. You know, that's not how the song goes at the beginning necessarily, but there's a first solo, there's a second solo, which is kind of like a turnaround to different chord progression, and then there's a third solo. So I've got them all written up, transcribed, very close to what he's doing, probably 98% of the way there. And if you want to access everything, I'm going to go through the whole first solo here, but if you want to access everything and download the tablature, head on over to Music with Ryan. All right, let's dig in. All right, so let's go ahead and start breaking down that first solo here for Acony Bell. We are, of course, capoed way up on the 7th fret. We are playing out of C position, thus sounding the key of G. Very pretty. And of course, this is the, again, this is the first solo of the 3 on the album. So here's those first 4 measures for you. Sound like this. Ready, go. Okay, and also take note that this first solo is much like the third solo in the tune. They are different. They do have some differences, but they're largely kind of based on the same ideas and motifs, if you will. So if you get a lot of this first one, you'll have a lot of this third one. So it has a pickup there on beat 2. 3-0 pull twice on the high E. Dave loves to do this closed string to open string pull off. You know, I wouldn't necessarily always do such a big interval like that, but he certainly takes advantage of it. And then 1 on the B, and then open high E. So, and then the next measure, we're going to play the open G. We're going to strum the C, then 0-2 hammer on the D, and then a strum. Rather easy measure there, almost, you know, kind of Carter stylish. And then he's going to grab the low string, and then on the upstroke, pick the first fret of the B, and then 3-5 slide on the B with that, and you're going to shift up too. So, and then roll down to 5 on the E, pull the 3, 5 on the B, 3 on the E. So that measure. And then measure forward just a couple of half notes here. So 5 on the B, then 5 on the G. I'm going to catch it with the second finger here. I put it all together. Sounds like this. Ready, go. Okay, then carrying on the next few measures. So you're starting to see some themes already. Of course, that little pull off, 3-0, he does it a lot. He does it in other tunes too. But I kind of noticed like how part of it was like not to get too carried away with it. I need to be really gentle about it. And it's tricky, but the touch really matters when I've been practicing it. So, but first, on measure 5, we're going to play the open G, first fret B, and then 3 on the E. So that's all going to ring. 1 and 2 and 3 and then 3 on the B, open E, then 1. So it's all ringing, right? And connected. First fret B strum, 0-2 hammer on the D, open G, B string. So kind of arpeggiating through that chord. And then back to the D, open G. And then here, 3-0 pull. You can use your pinky or your third finger. Then first, open E. Then we go to C7 essentially, and then 3 on the G string, quarter note there. Then 3, 1, tied over. Then 3 on the B, open E, back to 3 on the B. Let me play that measure 8. I didn't quite do that correctly. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and I landed on the downbeat of measure 9. So he really likes dissonance and intervals, the distance between two notes. He likes them close, okay? Or have lots of dissonance. Same thing, different ways of saying it. But he likes the intervals really tight. So, okay, that's on purpose. Whoops, I didn't do that. So those 5 or 4 measures. Ready, go. Next 4. Okay, I really like what he does here. Measure 9 kind of starts the same with the same motif. First fret on the B, and then 3-0 pull on the high E. And then again, and B string, open E. We go to F, and he's going to play the 2nd fret of the G. And he's going to hold it there. So for 2.5 counts, 1, 2, 3, and then on the and, catch the 3rd fret of the B. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then the open E. So again, more dissonance. 2, 3, and 4, and 1. And then right here, it's kind of flirting with going from 4 to 4 minor, essentially. 1 on the G, 1 on the B. Okay, so he's lowering the 3rd of the chord, giving it that kind of a minor sound, but the rhythm guitar is not doing that. And then open G, strum, 0-2 hammer on the D, G, and then B, so that same kind of arpeggio on the C chord there. Let me play all 4 of those here. Ready, go. 2, 3, and 4, and 1. And then the last 4. And then it gets into the tune, essentially. I have a whole note written at the end, but it gets into the strumming. Measure 13, D string, open G, then here's our same kind of motif, 3-0 pull on the high E twice, 3 on the B, open, and then I gotta hop to this G7 chord essentially. I'm not gonna play the bass, but I'm gonna start on the F on the 7th of that chord, so 3rd of the D, open G, 3rd of the B, open E, so again some dissonance there. Beautiful. Slightly syncopated, right? Watch your pick direction. 1, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and And then it ties over to the downbeat. And then I'm going to play that 3rd fret. And then I'm going to shift up 5 on the E, open G. Now 4 and open. Now 3 and open. And then next measure down to 1 and open. Does that make sense? And I'm probably going to have to use my pinky there. And then just a little kind of, I don't know, I think of it a Doc Watson run. All right, so open, E, 1, 2, 3, open A, 2nd fret A, 3rd fret. So the last 4 sound like this. Ready, go. Really high for me. So yeah, there's the complete arrangement. I'm gonna play through the whole thing for you right now, and you can watch it all go by and listen, by the way. So here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. There it is. Now, if you want to access the full-length lesson, all 3 solos, a breakdown of all of them, plus download the tabs, and I have a few multi-speed backing tracks as well. Click the link in the description below.